Ready?
Ready?
Hey everyone, welcome back to Snitchin, episode 7. It's your host, Kristen.
I'm Brittany. Get ready for the best part of your day.
Hey Britt, happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Ew, I hate when people say that.
I always, literally, every time I would come back from a weekend, like on a team call or a team meeting, I could feel myself cringing at myself because it was constantly, Happy Monday. How was everyone's
Oh,
weekend? It's the go-to filler question, and it's actually the worst. So I totally understand that.
yeah. But it's not the question, it's the happy Monday. Nothing's happy about Monday.
I know. What should you replace it with? Just like it's
Hope
Monday.
everyone had a great weekend.
Yeah. Hope every, yeah.
I only allow happy Thursday is acceptable. Happy Friday, obviously, but Monday through Wednesday is not acceptable. Not happy.
Yeah, Monday through Friday, there's nothing happy about it. I actually think of the worst day of the week. It's not even Monday because everyone hates on Monday because you have the whole week to go. I get it, but Tuesday, low key,
Tuesday. Yeah.
the worst.
Because Monday's still like slow a little.
Yeah, and like I don't know about you, but at least for me, Monday mornings were always quiet. Like I never,
Yeah,
yeah, no meetings until at least Monday afternoon, so you can kind of ease into your week.
exactly. Exactly.
Um, but not to be too happy Monday. How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. I feel like Saturday didn't do a ton. I mean, it was very nice out. We got outside, went on some walks. Yesterday I went to the beach with my family.
That
We went to the Spit in Situate, which is my parents have a house in Situate. This one's pretty new. They used to have one that was right on the beach that they still have now and they rent out, but now at the new house you have to walk to the beach. It's like a 20-minute walk. Have you been to the Spit?
legit never. So Brittany,
Yeah, Gina has. It's fucking brutal to walk there because it's like a 20 you have to walk through the neighborhood and then it's like at least 10-15 minutes like through like the dunes of the beach and like when you have kids it's like and you're sweating and there's all this shit you have to bring and by the time I'm like literally sore from like pulling the wagon with Connor, Tyler and Harper. Um so yeah, once we got there, it was fun. But of course, my mom is like, "It's a beautiful walk. It's a beautiful walk." Which, if you know my mother, that is the most hypocritical statement of all time. I couldn't let her. I couldn't let it go get by yesterday. I was like, "That is so hypocritical."
no, honestly, Brittany, good for you. That do you remember, not to hate on Juju? So Juju, you'll hear this name, that's Brittany's mom. Do you remember your bachelorette where literally we were in Charleston, South Carolina, and she was so hot? Like,
Yeah,
talk about the hypocrite because it was so hot out yesterday. It was almost 90 degrees, between 90 and 100, I think, at one point.
humid.
Humid. And do you remember she could not like walk around because she was just so hot. She just stayed
Yeah,
inside the whole day.
she
That's
hates walking.
it's neither here nor there, but yeah, that's the point. She hates walking.
Yeah,
That's
she
hilarious.
never wants to walk. I've never heard her say anything was a beautiful walk. Never. I've never seen her go for a walk. But when it's the Spit, she's like, "Oh, what are you talking about? This is a beautiful walk." And I'm like, like sweating, trying to pull this wagon. And Brendan has like this cooler backpack, and we're all like, "All right, boys." I'm like, "Boys, take a good look at this beach because we're not coming back here again anytime soon."
That's hilarious. I mean,
Um,
one thing your mom will do is like ride for Situate. So nothing is
yeah,
Situate.
yeah, she will never, yeah, she'll never let it go.
Hilarious. Well, I'm glad that you had fun when you got there. But yeah, sounds like you went through a journey
But
to
yeah, otherwise that was my weekend. Not really that exciting.
nice. Nice, nice.
How about you? How's the wedding?
I was in New Jersey, yes, for my best friend Jill's wedding. We met freshman year at Clemson. It was so fun. She pulled this wedding together really quickly, like 6 months. They got engaged at Christmas, and it went off without a hitch. She looked beautiful.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, I was so happy for her. So it was 3 p.m. was the ceremony, full Catholic mass. It was really sweet. Like I think maybe I've gotten more sentimental as I've gotten older, but maybe because I've just been to a couple weddings recently, like I found the ceremonies to be so sweet and endearing, whereas
Oh,
before I
yeah.
feel like it wasn't really something I paid attention to as much.
Really?
No, I don't know.
Oh, I love the ceremony.
Oh my God, I'm like crying over here. I'm such a sucker. Like, so her priest said some words after I don't know if it was like before the homily or at whatever, but before the vows. And I guess he had Jill and Brian, her husband, write in a letter to him and talk about the things that they appreciate about the other person. And it was really cute. He said, I want to
Oh,
share one line from Brian that really stuck out to me. He basically said that like Jill's the answer to his prayers. And I was just like,
oh,
stop
that's so
it.
sad. That's so cute. I mean, not sad, but yeah.
No, I was dying. So that was really nice. And then they went to it was 2 hours later was the reception. It was at this beautiful restaurant on the water in Pennsylvania. But one thing I said to her siblings, I was like, Jill's such a real one because at 35, you lose touch with a lot of people. And she had so many friends there, like all of her
Oh, good
childhood
for her.
crew. Yeah,
That's a skill. That's a skill.
no, I know. It just,
Yeah.
I really feel like it speaks to like her because I mean, one thing I've always really appreciated about my friend Jill, who maybe she'll listen to this. I really don't know. Maybe not, but I don't think I've told her about the pod yet. But yeah, she's just like, she's such like a good friend. She really rides for her friends and she really like is thoughtful and just like loves them. And I don't know. I always felt that from her, just how like she's just always there for you. And I felt like just really happy for her that she had so many people show up for her. Also, it was really sweet, like sister moment. So she has three siblings, two brothers, one sister, Dana. I'm obsessed with her older sister, Dana. She's such a badass. Twin mom, just takes no bullshit, is hilarious. And I was watching her like watch Jill during the first dance and during the father-daughter dance, and like she was tearing up, which is so not like her,
Oh,
and I just I lost it. I went right over after. It was like, I can't handle watching you two. Like, I'm just obsessed with your family.
was
Um,
she the maid of honor?
yeah, she was the maid of honor. So she did a great speech. Yeah, the dance floor was popping. Obviously, I had my regular bout of anxiety the next day. And
Uh,
but outside of that, it was a blast. Um, I obviously am trying to share more about my dating journey here on the pod. Trust me when I say I was on the prowl. Eyes were peeled. I'm like looking around, like, okay, who's sitting with who, blah, blah, blah. Not a single man in sight. Let me tell you. So I go up to these two guys who were Clemson grads, but I didn't know them. They were like friends with, I don't know, another group of Jill's friends. And I'm going up to them. I'm like, oh, two guys. Turns out they're gay. They're a couple. So I was like,
oh,
well,
damn.
I know. But you know what? Hey, at least I tried. And yeah, we had a great time on the dance floor. So yeah, congrats to the happy couple.
Are they
I
going on a honeymoon?
They did a weekend away in the Poconos.
Oh, where's that? Like Maine or
Uh,
something?
I think it's New
New
York.
York. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. But the only bad thing is that I didn't get a picture with Jill all night. I legit
Ugh,
had
it's so
I have
hard.
one photo with her in the bathroom and I didn't even realize it until the next day we were texting and she was like, "Damn, we don't have a photo together." And I was like, "Yeah, I just didn't think about it. I don't know."
I
So
know. I feel like I never like have my phone at weddings, and then the next day I'm like, what? I want to post something.
I know. That's exactly how I
What
felt.
was her dress like?
Okay, so the dress was I'm not that great with describing dresses. It was kind of like thick strapped, not like spaghetti strap, like a thick strap. Um,
Hmm.
kind of just cut. I don't know. I can't describe it. I don't know how to.
Like, was it fitted? Was it like A-line?
It was
Like
fitted
poofy?
until the like skirt part. Like it was fitted kind of toward almost like corset looking kind of
Yeah. Yeah.
at the top. I mean it wasn't corset, but like it was like structured like that. And then the bottom
Yeah.
was a poofier skirt.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And her hair was down and curled, which I felt the same way I felt about you with your wedding. Like you and Jill both, I never see Jill with her hair up. Like her hair's always down and curled. So I was glad that she kept it that way for her wedding, just because like that's
Yeah.
how
And the
she
weather was nice, right?
weather was beautiful. Yeah, no, the whole thing was great. Like literally the whole wedding was a great time.
How was the like 5 hour drive?
Totally fine on the way down, no problem. You know, bopping, dancing, singing, podcasting, not an issue. The way home was tough. And then when I got
Yes.
to Massachusetts, so I'm like 5 hours in this weekend, a major highway. the Mass Pike, they closed down or to one lane. So I literally like was in Boston, and I would say from the point that I was at, it normally takes me about 20, 25 minutes to get home. It took me like an hour. And I was, yeah,
It's
that was
painful.
painful is the only way to describe it. I just kept
Uh,
staring at my GPS. Um,
yeah.
yeah, it was rough at that point. I listened to so many podcast episodes. It was like ridiculous.
Anything good?
I had already caught up on my armchair expert episodes. I listened to the one with Alex Cooper that I talked about last week.
Yeah.
And that was really good. Nothing like new from that, but I will say a couple of things I noticed from that episode, she never exchanged numbers with her guests, Alex Cooper. She said she never, like, she's interviewed all these celebrities, and Dax Shepard asked her, like, he said, I feel like when I interview people, I always want to exchange numbers with them and like befriend them because, we've had such a great conversation, whatever, whatever. And he said, I heard you don't do that. And she said, no, because I thought her explanation was solid. She said, you are a celebrity interviewing celebrities. You already had fame. I'm coming
Mm,
up as this interviewer, and like her background of the previous podcast, Call Her Daddy, obviously being super like sexual and out, whatever. She was like, I feel like I need to almost earn their respect and be professional. So I would never, even if someone asks for my number, I tend to say, go get it from my like assistant. And then we just never end up exchanging because she just wants to keep that level of professionalism. And I was like, okay, I
hmm.
can do that.
Yeah. I like that. It's
Yeah.
fair.
She also said, I thought this is why I love Dax, and then I'll move off this. But I felt like one of the things that happened when I watched the docu-series is that she talked a lot about being bullied as a kid. And it's not that you don't want to believe her, right? Like you don't. But what they said was like, for a lot of people looking at you, you're this gorgeous girl, you have all this confidence. It's hard sometimes to like believe that, like, or
Yeah.
take that like how bad was it type of thing, which I thought was an interesting and kind of like bold thing to ask her, basically saying like people might not believe you. Um,
Yeah.
but she handled it really well. And she was like, no, like I, really had a hard time with boys. She described this one episode where she had a group of boys surround her at gym class. And this is when she had red hair, saying, screaming, put the fire out, and all like jumped on her. And she like knocked out, she got like knocked out.
Oh my God.
Isn't that
I don't
crazy?
I don't think I've ever seen a picture with her with red hair, by the way. Because
It
that's
is
her natural color, right?
That's her natural color. And you see it in the docu series. I mean, she is a red, like you see, and you're like, oh yeah, okay. But yeah. Oh, and then I watched a ton of TV yesterday. Did you ever watch the Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders docu series?
No. I mean, I would.
Pretty. You got to watch it. You would love it. You're a former cheerleader.
Really?
Yeah.
I know, but I feel like it's not like the type of cheerleading I did in high
It's
school.
definitely,
It's
you're
like
right.
dance,
Right.
more dance. Yeah.
Definitely more dance. They don't do stunts. It just like shocks me. When I watched it last season and then when I watched it this season, it is such an intense process to get into this team. Like they have to
I
come.
believe it.
It's so crazy. They come and they have hundreds of submissions. So she said that they had, I think it was like 13 spots they could fill for new people. She said that they had like 500 video submissions, and then you come back and you come down for finals, and finals is basically they have to do a 90-second solo, which is pretty long. um,
Mm.
and then after that they go to training camp, which it seemed like it was like legit all summer, and they're there basically all summer training, and then people get cut up into the very last day.
Oh, that sucks.
Right. So they were saying they had two girls who got cut last year, and they came back. And you kind of saw their journey over the year that they were cut and how much they were training, tried to get back into the ring, whatever. And it was just like you felt so bad for these girls because they literally had been with this whole team all summer, like
Oh, yeah.
right.
That's
And
painful.
then they're cut. Yeah, totally. But all I kept thinking the whole time was like, imagine if me and you were like born into that culture.
Oh my God. Like Texas?
Texas, pageant, dance,
Oh God, I would hate that.
dude.
I have no interest in ever going to Texas, first of all.
Yeah, sorry to all of our potential Texas listeners.
Oh yeah,
I mean, there's none of you right now on our pod, so it's fine. But yeah, no,
there might be.
listen, come to Mass. Like, I'm not trying to head. I'm not trying to head down there. No offense, you guys.
Yeah, or change my mind. Tell me why Texas is good. Because to me, it's like, I don't know, big hats and cowboy boots and Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders and accents and all that shit.
I feel like I knew these women. Literally, so I went to school in South Carolina at Clemson and was around a lot of Southern belles who had grown up with like
Hmm.
big hair, always presenting a very specific way. It reminded me of kind of like sorority culture where the rules are like,
Definitely.
yeah, you have to represent yourself by the way you look, like a certain way. And it was pretty interesting because after I watched it, my TikTok started showing me clips of old seasons of the show. So I didn't realize this, but
Mm.
I guess on like the CMT network or I don't know, they had a whole show about the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders like back in 2018, 2019.
Hmm.
The clips I was seeing, Brittany, it was so crazy. Literally the coaches would be like, she's too fat. Like she gained too much weight. Like
I mean, I believe that. I believe that.
ugh.
Did they talk about like in the latest series that like they're judging the women also based on their looks? Like that's what I feel like would be the worst part about it for me is like probably what 30 to 40% of the reason that they get picked is like because they look good.
I
You
know.
know what I
Well,
mean?
I feel like it's definitely still there. And I noticed that in a lot of the auditions, because most of the series is them auditioning to make the team. There's only like 2 or 3 episodes of the 7. I think it's like 2 episodes where they're actually in season and you're showing them what they're doing. The rest is just the audition process and how cutthroat it is. And a lot of the judges will say, oh, I like her look. Or
Yeah.
they say it like that, but they never use terms like in terms of weight or, I mean, weight's really what I think about. But yeah,
Still though, that doesn't matter. It's like beauty pageants.
well, I right. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Something about it's just a little sleazy to me.
But then I also look at these women and I'm like, these girls are so freaking like accomplished. They all have like full-time jobs and look spectacular,
Yeah.
crushing these dances. They do all these community events. Like, I hate on these girls, but then I look at them and I'm like, damn, you guys are doing a lot.
Yeah, no. I mean, remember Lissy Crane was the Patriots cheerleader.
Yeah, I love Lissy Crane. Right.
I know, but I feel like I remember for her it was like a lot of weight, oh, a lot of work, and like her the um like tryouts and stuff were a lot. But I don't know. I feel like though they put themselves through this rigorous tryout process for what? Like to perform in front of a bunch of drunk people at a football game?
Well, I feel like
Like it's not like they're competing.
yeah, that's true. But I do think there's something specific about being a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader more than the rest of the
Oh
NFL
yeah. Yeah.
organizations. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, and I said this, like I knew a girl my freshman year. She ended up being a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, and she was so that prototype. She was on the Clemson dance team, like in like the top, sorority, always looked like perfect.
Ugh,
Um,
yeah, that's not me.
no, no, that is, I mean, I can, and I love dance. I can appreciate they want just a place to dance. But another big storyline was that they get paid nothing.
Oh yeah, that's not surprising either.
They get paid, I think they said $500 a game. So if you think there's what, 16 games, 18 games? So
Yeah. But they don't go to away games, I don't think.
yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
So let's say they get paid, what is that? 8 to $10,000 for the season. And then I think they get paid like another maybe $15 an hour or something.
Do
But
they become like influencers though?
so a couple things. So they're trying to become influencers. And I think now with the TikTok of it all, they can, but they can't do sponsored posts. They can't do,
Oh,
I think that's like how you make money for the most part, unless
yeah.
it's views.
Yeah. No, you don't just make money on views. You have to have ads.
Yeah, so no, they can't. And they said they basically all kind of have give their opinion. And some of the girls are like, we should be getting more money. We're putting in so much work. And then some of the girls are like, well, I signed up for this not to make money. I signed up to do this because I love dance and I knew I wasn't going to get paid. So whatever. And then, some people say this franchise has so much money. It feels like we're
Yeah.
being stiffed. So they go back and forth, back and forth. Oh, and then one of the conversations they said, how many hours have you worked this week for Dallas Cowboys for DCC is what they call it. And they said 40 hours. They were like probably
Oh
like 40
wow.
hours. Yeah. So they're there all the time because they're doing
But they don't get paid. for
No.
40 hours,
Or they get paid a very small amount by the hour.
like for practice.
Yeah. I can't say for certainty, but that's how it was seemed. But the very last episode, there was three like basically captains who were trying to fight for higher pay. And at the end, they announced that they did get a pay raise, 400%.
Oh, wow, good.
So people,
I mean, otherwise, like, who the fuck would do that?
that's what I
I don't
think.
understand that. I mean, I know that to some people, like becoming a Dallas cheerleader is like, you've made it and like they'll do it for like the glory of it, but like that's not enough for me.
No, I could not agree more. That's what I kept
Seems
thinking.
like so much work.
Why are they doing that? But they're all between the ages of like 20 and 25.
Still,
I
I don't
think
know.
there's something about that though. I would be much more willing to like work for nothing at the age of 21 than I would now just to say I was a Dallas
True,
cheerleader.
true. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't, but I guess it's a little bit more understandable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
no. Watch Cheer. Watch. Oh, we could watch that soon. I love Cheer.
I've seen Cheer. We could do Cheer.
Yeah, I would watch Cheer. I mean, it's like 3 seasons, I think, right? Or two.
Yeah, why don't we do Cheer season one and then we can recap because you did Cheer.
Yeah,
Competitive
I
cheer.
love Cheer.
I'd be curious what you think about it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Cool. I think we really only have one kind of major story to talk about from over the weekend. The Hailey Bieber.
Yeah.
So she was out in New York City, missing her engagement without her wedding ring, not her engagement ring, excuse me. So the
Oh.
28-year-old model was photographed in New York City, ringless on Thursday, June 19th, during two different outings. First, a breakfast at the Commerce Inn in the West Village. And then later in the evening, Hailey joined models Camila Maroney. She was in Daisy Jones and the Six, I think, if this is the right.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Suki Waterhouse for a girls' night out wearing a black leather coat and wide leg jeans, sans bling. What do we think about this?
I mean, I feel like she's probably just getting it cleaned or something. I
You
think
think?
people are reading way too much into it. Like she still had her engagement ring on.
I think, well, I don't know if she had her engagement ring on. Did she?
I thought you said that.
No, I just misspoke, basically. Um,
Oh,
when I said, because it says, Hailey Bieber just sparked fresh speculation about her marriage after stepping out without her wedding ring. I just said engagement ring and then corrected myself.
oh, interesting. I mean, again, it still could just be getting like cleaned or something.
Yeah, for sure. That's the thing that's hard about this couple is because they're always kind of making news of like, are they good? Are they not?
Yeah. Justin Bieber is also like a loose cannon. You
Totally.
know what I mean? So I could see like tomorrow them breaking up because he's like going to rehab or some shit.
Well, I guess the speculation has ramped up because on Father's Day, Justin shared a photo of himself and said on the caption, I'm a dad that's not to be fucked with a middle finger. And then Hailey replied, at least this is according to parade.com.
Hmm.
Hailey replied, Father's Day sucks before deleting it shortly after. So that's like not
Weird.
great.
That's
And then
weird.
I know.
The deleting it after is weird.
So obviously they must have had a fight. And I also think because of I think the speculation about what's his mental health like right now is amplified by the fact that the Diddy case is happening and people,
Oh, true. True.
there's so much speculation of like, was just Justin a victim? Was he a part of this?
Does he have to testify?
No, he doesn't have to testify, but he
Oh.
was mentored by Usher, who was mentored by Diddy.
Hmm.
And so there was a lot of times like that they were in the same circle. So people
Yeah.
speculate that he was there as a child and potentially like was involved. Obviously, that would be, abusing a minor because he was like, I think 13, 14 when he came up in it.
I will say I like how, I mean, off tangent, but I always appreciate that they name their baby something normal.
Yeah. I mean, we have a Jack in our life. And Jack's a great name.
Yeah, Jack's a great name.
Yeah. I mean, I hope that they're doing okay. The thing is like I like feel bad for Hailey Bieber.
Why?
She
Because of the Sabrina, I mean, what's her name? Selena.
Yeah, I feel like people just love to hate on her. Like,
Yeah. I mean, she's beautiful.
she's beautiful. And I almost equate like the Selena and Justin of it all to like our generation's Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears. Like, do you remember how there was
Mm,
years after they broke up where people just, wanted them to get back together so
they
badly?
were so iconic.
They were so I mean, yeah, like hello, I
Brad and Jen.
right, including myself in this, by the way. Like I
Yeah.
fucking love that couple.
Yeah. We still want them back together.
Yeah, yeah, right. Like there's still part of me that's like, come on, make it work. But I think it's like the same thing. I think the Justin Selena fans from the early days just can't quit this couple. And I don't know, they just hate Hailey Bieber. They're just a
Oh
bitch.
God.
The worst.
Get
Like
a life.
get life. Thank
Get a
you.
life. Is she an actress though? Like, so all she is a model, right?
She's a model, and then she had Road Beauty, which just sold for that
Right.
$1,000. And I've heard really good things about it. I mean, I've never tried it.
Yeah, no, I've heard it's good too. I like the name. It's her middle name or something, right?
I don't know. It's a good
I
question.
think it is.
I like that.
Um, but yeah, who knows? I mean, yeah, like I said, I feel like Justin Bieber, I'd believe anything. Like he's just a loose cannon. I could see them breaking up tomorrow or we're dating for the next 100 years.
Yeah. I mean, I hope that they stay together, but I mean, I'm not that big on them. Like, I don't really care, but I just feel like they've been together for a long time and they've gotten so much heat from so many people that it'd be nice to see them work out. But we'll see.
Yeah, yeah,
It'll be
I don't
great.
mind that. But yeah, I'm like, who are all in my head though? I'm like, I can't believe people like notice that she doesn't have a ring on. Like they're that stalking her. But then I'm like, oh, did you hear Taylor and Travis went out this weekend? I stalked the shit out of them.
I have
Um,
nothing really to say about that. I saw their outing too. Um,
yeah, there wasn't really much. I didn't like her outfit.
I didn't like her outfit either. I feel like that look though of having the dresses that have kind of like that low bodice. Is that
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know. It's not my favorite style.
no, not my style. It reminds me of those like remember when we were little and there was like those tiered skirts that were like three
Yes.
layers. Reminds me of those.
Oh my God, throwback.
Well, aren't the millennial like Y2K? Isn't that like in right now?
Yeah, we're so legit. I love being a millennial. I stand the millennials.
See, I don't know. I feel like a lot of times I resonate more with Gen Z.
In what way?
Well, I like their clothes much better.
Maybe,
Um,
yeah. Okay, fair.
I I don't know. To me, I always feel like millennials are like bridal showers and bridesmaids and gender reveals and avocado toast, which I like avocado toast, but like I don't know. I feel like it's very much that like have your hashtag for your wedding. Um, and
Yeah,
just like my like I've never been like that, even when I was
yeah.
even when I was like 20, whatever.
I think the millennials, first off, the time that we grew up in, and we've talked about this, is fascinating. I mean, we grew up at
Mm,
the start of social media. We remember what life was like pre Facebook,
right.
Instagram,
Internet.
pre-internet. Yeah. I mean, we've really been the generation that's like spearheaded a lot of changes on social. So I love that. And our like media, the stuff that we create, I mean, not us, but like 90s movies and TV shows are iconic.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Our
That's
fashion,
true.
I give Gen Z the point.
Yeah. Yeah.
They can,
Millennial fashion, nah.
we were wearing blazers to the bar,
Yeah. Yeah.
straight
Skinny
lace,
jeans.
statement necklaces. I mean, the bigger, the better. Now,
Yeah.
you won't catch me dead.
No. Well,
Not
I
in the
mean,
ones I used to have.
or like I feel like those like silk tops were in,
Oh,
like the spaghetti strap.
oh my God, yes.
Yeah, so I'll take Gen Z on the fashion and I think like their outlook on like life. Like I feel like they're not as like rigid about being like I need to do this and this and this and this and then I'll make it. I think it like I feel like they're more willing to like go and travel for a year or like do something a little bit different.
That's true.
Um be like outside the molds a little bit. Whereas I feel like millennials can be kind of like followers.
Millennials definitely are rule followers. That's a really good point. We were definitely fed the narrative that if you like do everything on a certain timeline and like follow a certain path, you'll be happy. And we've been kind of like fucked over in a lot of ways on that.
Yeah,
Housing
yeah.
markets, student loans. So I think that the younger generation is like, yeah, sorry guys, not following in that footstep, which
Yeah.
I get.
Yeah. They're not like begging for unpaid internships like we were. Pathetic.
So true. All right. Well, I think that's all we have time for today. Thanks everyone for snitching with us. And we'll be back on Wednesday for our next episode. And we hope you all have.
Gina's joining.
Oh, is it Wednesday? She's joining?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Let's go, Gina.
China. Can't wait for you to meet our bestie China. You're gonna love her.
Heard a lot about her already.
She's the one who's Jack's mom, the Jack in our life. China's
Jack and Brendan's mom.
Jack and Brennan's mom. So we can't wait for you to meet Jack and Brennan's mom. And we hope you guys have a great rest of your week.
Yes, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.